Hi everyone, Ray from Pro String London with another video tutorial on how to restring a racket. In today's video we will be stringing a Yonex Ezone 98 tennis racket, 305 grams, 16-19 stringing pattern. The tension is unclear, haven't checked the label just yet, but I'm unraveling the string. When you buy or get strings in single individual packets, take it out like this. If not, you may find yourself pulling your hair out or pulling knots out of the string. Yeah, so here you go. That's done. This is Luxilon Alu Power Rough, 16-19. There are eight holes in the throat or neck of the racket, 4 loops, and 4. Therefore, when there's 8 strings at the bottom of the racket, we always start at the bottom. If not, you will encounter an issue. You'll get to the 6th main string on each side, and then will not be able to carry on. So, you found your middle. I've mounted the racket on the machine, should have a bit of movement as usual. 16-19, we therefore already have 1 string on each side. So we've got 7 now left to count out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as you've seen, which I do against the frame. And leave yourself a nice little piece in order to reach the tension head and not leave yourself short, always leaving a little bit more rather than less to make sure you don't mess that up, especially if you're doing a 2-piece and you're cutting the string like I just did, because if you're doing 1 piece you can always go back on yourself and try to salvage the string. Not ideal, but definitely an option. 52 mains, 52 crosses the client has requested as per the label, which I'm actually going to take off. I don't like the labels on the rackets for some weird reason. Maybe because I go straight to invoicing the client as soon as I finish the restring. Just a bit of a routine that I have, so I don't forget to charge people, because sometimes I do feel the pressure of so many rackets coming through, or I just think about the next racket and then I don't invoice people, which of course makes absolutely no sense, at least from a business point of view. And I have done it before, and I'm sure I'll do it again. Not the first, not the last. 54 pounds of tension. Sorry, 54, 52, my bad. I better double check. 52, yeah, 52. 3 strings to each side, keeping it symmetrical. You want to even the tension out on the frame of the racket as you go along on the mains. You don't want to just string 8 strings to one side, nor 8 strings to the other. Keeping as least stress on the frame as possible. That's why we do 3 at the most on one side, 3 on the other, 3, 3, and then 2 and 2 for a 16-19 or 16 mains. If it's an 18, well, 18 divided by 2, that's 9 mains on each side. You can therefore then do it in 3s all the way to your last main string on either side. This is 4. Oh. Just thinking out loud a little bit now. I was just thinking, I mean, how many tutorials, if you're starting from scratch, how many tutorials does one need to watch before they can do a racket without any assistance? Even if it's watching a YouTube video or going back and watching a part that you had forgotten or that wasn't clear. I'm just thinking in my own head. Of course, if you're planning on opening a business or a course, maybe it is sustainable to do the course. I do private stringing courses I don't like doing bigger groups than 2 because I really want the person to leave my workshop knowing how to string, at least unassisted. When I do these small courses that I do, I always leave the door open for, so I charge a certain fee. And then I always tell them that you have unlimited support, whether it be it coming back and stringing next to me, or me watching you string, or just simply having online or video to help when you're stringing at your own place on your machine or where it may be. Anyway, last cross. Yep, already last cross on one side. I put the tension up 15% on the last string, as you should do always as well, because it's very normal. Maybe you'll notice now how the clamp does move when I release, when I lift, once I tie the knot and I pull the knot appropriately. Parnell knot as always. And I will make a video on that as well, and I'll slow it down on my next one. Hopefully I remember, because it's all just so. Like I was saying with the knot. So you'll see I'm going to just release the base clamp, the base part of the clamp, and you'll see some movement. And this is why, see, it was just minimal, very minimal, because I put the tension up and I tie a good knot. So I think anyway. One more to go, sorry. So I jumped the gun a little bit, sorry. Instead of doing 3-3, 3-6, and then 6-8, I actually went 3-3, 3-4, and then 1-1. Not the end of the world, a little bit distracted with talking and stringing, which is not normally the case, but hey, it happened. It's okay, not the end of the world. I'm also on a bit of a time schedule here. Not that I'm trying to rush through this completely, but I know I need to be out the door at 1:45, 10:45 to go pick up my daughter from nursery. Okay, so I tied the string on my last. I went up on the tension as well, as always. I did forget to slow it down on the knot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. Plenty of string left over. I don't need it. So, like I said, I was going to try to slow down for the knot, and I will now. So, pull the string through the nearest hole. Normally, if the racket's already been strung, it's quite easy to find because the grommet is open or expanded. So we're going to go over our anchor string, down and through the loop. And then I don't like to leave too much string just to be safe. I'm going to go back down. And when I say I don't like to leave much string, as you can see, I have a very small piece here. Some people will leave a lot more, so on and so on. I believe I have somebody at the door to come pick up rackets. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, coming down. Sorry guys, 1 minute, maybe 2. It's up to you then. Okay? Alright. Sorry guys, I'm back. I had to be patient. And my bad. I had a client coming over to pick up 3 badminton rackets that were all completed yesterday. Okay, so we did the knot, the Parnell knot, and now I've got a this one actually comes over that. Yeah, so I've got I don't know if you guys can see, but it's covering. I've got a vertical string covering my cross string, the first cross string. So I'm just going to push the all through lightly. Always get down if you have to. Have a look and see where there's more space, just to make sure you don't stab the string, which is unlikely. You'd have to be pretty precise to stab something this thin. In this case, 125 millimeters. This is the Luxilon Alu Power, so a little bit more extra noise when passing the cross strings, and therefore you need to be extra careful with any kind of textured string, shaped strings, whether it's hexagon, pentagon, you name it. Doesn't matter how many sides it has. Triangular these days, square, everything. They're coming out with anything these days. Anything to make money, right? And I don't know how much I believe in them. We do have a pentagon shaped string underneath our brand here at Pro String. Probably our second best seller after the Pro String Nemesis. Great string. I really like it as well. My go-to string is the Pro String Nemesis. So be careful with this. Anything that's textured and stuff, you need to be super careful. Use that hand to bring the string up and down. If not, you will damage the string. It will look very unprofessional. So, and we carry on. Just like this all the way through. Hopefully we've got no more interruptions, but it's not unknown, as I am my own receptionist. I do everything. Well, website designs and website work, not so much, as I just don't have the time. I have to pay somebody somewhere to help me, because there's only so many hours in the day. Last night, between these videos that I'm doing currently now, which I have to admit I'm a little bit hooked. Something about it, there's something about making these tutorials that has got me going. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what's catching. I'm just once something's in my head, and once I get to it, I'm quite eager, and I'm quite go-to person. And once it's not done, until it's done, it's not done, then I cannot leave it. I have to carry on. Bit of a obsessive character, perhaps. I don't know. A bit like tennis. Obsession becomes an obsession. Not necessarily the videos, but the whole stringing and making some videos. I'm always checking my work, make sure my strings are as straight as possible. Using my middle finger because I have a slight cut. Not that it's killing me, but it's definitely annoying when it comes to weaving the string with my index finger. Give a quick drink. Oh, that's good. string is being pulled by the tension head, support the string that you're pulling and pull up slightly or down, depending which way around the racket is facing. And remember, keep that hand moving up and down. Alexa, stop. Good old Alexa reminding me to put an order in for some strings. A bit more annoying stringing with my middle finger to weave the string. My hands are, Alexa, stop. And of course my hands are a little bit destroyed, I have to say at the moment. I don't deal with the cold very well, and it's got a little bit colder these days in London. Which therefore I get these small cracks on the edge of my fingers. It can be, I know it looks like nothing, but sometimes the small things hurt more than the big things. So yeah, I don't know. Hey. Oh, before I forget, I've got a few things. So the weaving gets harder, much harder, once you get to the bottom of the racket. Sorry guys, just checking a few things going on my phone, a few orders I need to make before 5 p.m. UK time. That should be okay. We've got the grommets, we've got this badminton string. What else did we need? This is like every business, I guess, that keeps any stock. Keeping up with stock is very important. If you forget could be in trouble. Right, I've upped the tension on my last cross string. 15%. You can go up to 20 if you'd like. Find your nearest shared grommet, shared hole with the main string, or a cross. In this case, I'm going to go for the cross. The grommet is nicely opened and stretched down, around, and through. Then we go down, around, and back up, and through the first knot we made. Yeah. All good in the hood, and there you have it. The Yonex Ezone 98 1619 stringing pattern, 52 pounds of tension, strung with Luxilon Alu Power rough. Where did my pliers go? They just fell into the garbage, or as they would say in the UK, the bin. Straighten up your strings, guys. In my case, they may already be quite straight. I've got to say, without tooting my own horn, there you have it, the final product. Alright guys, if you see that the grip is worn out, offer it to your client, or even if it's for yourself, have a little think. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself a new grip, it's okay. Right guys, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you learned some useful stuff. Happy stringing until the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.